Well, to discuss the situation in Egypt, let's join blogger and journalist Wael Eskandar. He is in Cairo. Again, like 2 years ago, cries for the president to go are being heard there in Tahrir Square. Do you think perhaps a new revolution is on its way?
I don't particularly think it's a new revolution. I think we're finishing off this one, the one we started 2 years ago, because in reality not much has changed in the way the regime has been handling the country. The transition process is in itself in a state of chaos, and the new elected leader, Mohamed Morsi, is determined to go down the same road that Mubarak has gone down, like with all the economic policies and with his inability to listen to what the people want.
But isn't the transition process expected to be very difficult at this stage? After all, the draft constitution, it could be voted on in just 2 days from now, and Morsi promised to shed his new power as soon as it passes. So people have to be patient, don't they? Everything will be back to normal soon, won't it?
If we have signs that things are going well, then I agree with you that we have to be patient. But the fact of the matter is that everything is going in the opposite direction of what the revolution has called for. The Constituent Assembly itself is a reflection of how unwilling to share power the Muslim Brotherhood are, and along with Mohamed Morsi. He says that he will give back powers as soon as a parliament is elected, but he's not allowing Egyptians to share in writing the constitution. So this to me seems like a false promise about giving back power, because the one thing he can do is allow Egyptians to write their own constitution and share power, and he's not doing that.
Yes, but so I don't believe the judiciary, much of which was appointed by Mubarak, were the ones who were threatening to derail this whole process. Surely that's something that you as a protester would be keen to see not happening, bearing in mind where the judiciary came from originally.
Yes, the judiciary have been a tool for the Mubarak regime, but if we come to think of it, when people protested Mubarak, they were protesting police brutality, and we see that Morsi is giving promises to the police that they will act with impunity and does not want to bring anyone to justice for the crimes they've done.
What about the EU? That's threatening to cut funding if Morsi does behave and continue to behave like a dictator, as many perceive he is doing so. Do you think that sort of external pressure will help the protesters' cause?
External pressure will help the protesters' cause, but at this point I think that Mohamed Morsi is willing to risk that because I think at this point the US who are backing Mohamed Morsi have not issued a very strong statement that would deter him from going for that power grab.
Well, give us an idea. You were saying that nothing's really improved since Mubarak was deposed. Give us an idea what it is like for you Egyptians, the standard of living, employment prospects. Just how bad has it become, and what's it like compared to what it was?
No, it's a lot worse. Security is a lot worse. Police are now unwilling to step in anything domestic. They only act politically. This is much like the Mubarak regime, but it continues and it gets worse. They will not move to address any citizen concerns such as theft or mugging or thugs. At the same time, economic policies are the same. The subsidies are about to be lifted. They have been lifted, I think, for gas at the moment. Not all of it, but these kind of things that there has been no change in these things, which are very vital to most Egyptians, I think.
Wael, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Wael Eskandar, blogger and journalist, live there in Cairo. Really interesting to hear what you have to say. Thanks.
Thank you.
Well.